Episode 588.
You guys...
Yi Shu could only sigh in resignation. He ignored Chen Guo and turned his attention to the four men. The four of them finally snapped out of it, fully believing what Yi Shu had said earlier, their faces instantly shifting to expressions of utter shock. They all stared at Yi Shu. After a long moment, someone finally managed to squeeze out a few words.
God, could you give me your autograph?
No problem. Let's head over there and talk.
Good.
All four of them nodded frantically. But as they left, Sumu Cheng's fan shot a look at Chen Guo, who was still chatting away with Sumu Cheng, his face a mask of pure envy and resentment.
Hey, are you guys done? Wait for me.
Seeing that he was about to leave, Chen Guo quickly called out to him. After exchanging a few more words with Sumu Cheng, she paused the video and hurried after him. The group returned to the living room of the suite. After just one quick round of introductions, Ye Shu's identity was finally confirmed. The four of them were all respectful, yet each seemed a little flustered and unsure of what to do. Now, even though three of them didn't root for Excellent Era players, the team they supported was undoubtedly Excellent Era. You can imagine the status Ye Shu held in their hearts. Back in the living room, after a brief, awkward silence, the four of them finally opened up, bombarding him with a torrent of bizarre questions and gossip.
Hey guys, can we get back to what we were just talking about?
Yi Shu could only drag the conversation back to the main topic.
What else is there to say? I'm more than happy to help Yi Chu.
One of them immediately thumped his chest in agreement. After a moment's hesitation, the other one nodded as well. The remaining two, however, looked conflicted. Abandoning a character they'd poured their heart into wasn't so easy. Chen Guo had promised to preserve their equipment, wealth, and quest logs as much as possible. As for friends and guilds, those were just a bit more troublesome, but not impossible to handle. But it's the name, something that has no real impact on the character's stats, that forms the true bond between the avatar and its player. Change it, and you'd instantly feel like everything familiar had slipped away. Understanding that feeling, neither Yi Shu nor Chen Guo said anything like, "It's all the same anyway." They simply waited in silence for the two to make their decision. After a moment of silence, seeing the two were still struggling, Ye Shu sighed and laid out all the difficulties they were currently facing, everything that could be said. The four of them were stunned once more. No matter how you looked at it, they couldn't accept it. A former god of the team, who had carved out its very foundation, was being crushed so mercilessly by his old employer. In that instant, Excellent Era's image crumbled. All four of them turned from fans into haters. In that moment, a single wish rose in all four of their hearts, for the great god to successfully rebuild his team, to return to the Pro League, and to crush Excellent Era into the dust.
Take it.
The two who had been hesitating before now just slapped their account cards down on the table.
Thanks.
You've got this, God.
The other two chimed in as they pulled out their cards.
Yeah, of course.
We'll definitely support the new team.
Thanks.
The four of them handed over their account cards without a fuss, offering their well wishes with a touch of bravado. Of course, the four of them didn't refuse Chen Guo's offer of compensation in the slightest. Chen Guo was a woman of action. She immediately went online to buy the accounts. With Glory's player base being so massive, finding 4 accounts that fit the bill wasn't hard. After all, their characters weren't some powerhouse pros from the pro scene. But no matter how easy it was, it couldn't beat the sheer speed of 4 guys just pulling out their wallets and slapping them on the table. With the business concluded, the 4 of them couldn't help but gather around the great god, showering him with worship and prying for gossip, before finally leaving, thoroughly satisfied.
What should we do with these 4 accounts?
That was how Chen Guo finally found a chance to speak with Ye Shu.
Not using it is the best way to use it.
Chen Guo nodded. Ye Shu had already explained the entire plan's logic to her. Actually, swapping those 4 accounts over was largely to keep those ordinary players from getting dragged into trouble. There's no doubt about it. Excellent Era will use those 4 accounts to test our strength again. If we really gave those accounts back to the 4 players, they'd just die every time they tried. The game would be unplayable. Even so, this would prevent Excellent Era's goal from being achieved, but those 4 players would undoubtedly become the unfortunate casualties. Neither Yi Shu nor Chen Guo had the heart for such a ruthless act. That's why they went to such lengths afterwards to get those 4 players' accounts back. Yi Shu and Chen Guo were limited by their resources. Handling it this way was already pretty good. That night, Yi Shu focused on leveling as usual, with Chen Guo acting as his sparring partner. Over on Excellent Era's side, they weren't about to come looking for trouble. Back in the Dynasty Guild, a whole bunch of people were constantly searching for those 4 character names. The result was always the same. They were offline. The 4 characters were never online. Checking was just a simple task, but doing it over and over was starting to get on people's nerves. From Lu Hao to Chen Yehui, the people waiting for news were even more annoyed, itching to know just how powerful these experts really were.
That's weird. All 4 characters have been offline this whole time. What's going on?
Chen Yehui waited all night, accomplishing nothing. The night was getting late, and Lu Hao was probably about to turn in, so Chen Yehui sent him a message on QQ.
Be patient. We've got plenty of time.
Lu Hao, on the other hand, has been remarkably patient. The few times he wasn't, the results were spectacularly bad.
You think Yi Chu has already seen right through us? That he deliberately set up 4 temporary roles just to use them once and then discard them?
Chen Yehui wasn't stupid either. He was already suspecting the truth.
That's a possibility.
Lu Hao discussed Ye Chu, but he didn't dare underestimate him in the slightest.
If that's really the case, then meeting him in person won't go smoothly either.
We'll just have to see how it goes when they check it out tomorrow.